All right, welcome back. We just went over pixels and how to create all that. So now let's head over to Live. Live is the granddaddy of them all. This is where you're going to be running your light show from. This is the place where you're going to be able to create and design your amazing light shows. So let's go ahead and get started in Live. So here is the main Live window. You're going to see 3 tabs here: buttons, timeline, sequential lists. We will be covering timeline and sequential lists in another video, so don't need to worry about those yet. Buttons, and you're going to see a menu over here. You're going to see live settings, button settings, export mini triggers, export DMX triggers. You're going to be able to force saving the pages, so if you're moving stuff around, editing, you can save your live so you don't lose it. Here's this little hand. It's called a hold button. I'll be showing you what that means. Over here is the snowflake button, which basically represents a freeze for your light shows. You can literally pause your show in the middle of it. Right here is your DMX output, which is on, which is green, and the 3D output, which is red. So let's go ahead and click that to green. Beautiful. On the right side, you're going to see BPM area. You're going to see beat. And you're going to see this fader right here for our master faders. So all of this we will be covering in future videos. But to just get started with Live, let's go ahead and import our light scenes. That is step number 1. So make sure we're highlighted here on buttons. And you're going to see a drop-down menu. And you're going to see a default, probably page 1. Let's go ahead and click page 1. Now with Live, you can categorize all of your light scenes inside the designated pages that we're going to rename. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I set up my Live for my shows. So here is our first step. Let's go ahead. We got our page 1 activated. Let's go ahead and rename the page. So to go to the settings, you're simply going to do this drop-down menu, and we're going to focus right here. I'm going to add a page, rename a page, duplicate a page, or remove a page. Well, we already have a page, so let's go ahead and rename it. And I'm going to rename it to Assets. Now with the page Assets, I usually put all like my home positions for my moving heads, haze machine scenes, or blinder scenes, or any types of scenes that don't necessarily have a home in other pages. It's kind of like all my random scenes all in one. So we'll go into this in a little bit greater detail. So that's my Assets page. Next, let's go ahead, click the drop-down menu and add a page. Next, I like to do our blank static positions. This is for our moving heads, for all those static positions we made in steps. Okay. Next, add page. These are the blank movements for our moving heads. Next page will be our stage wash colors. Next page will be our mover colors. Next page will be our color band picks minis. Beautiful. Add page. Here, page for our par 38s. Nice. Add page. And this page is going to be for our effects that we created. Nice. And last but not least, we're going to do a spotlight position page. We have not created spotlight positions yet. I will be covering this in another video because we're going to be utilizing palettes inside steps. But we need to get to this point, get everything set up, and then we go back to palettes and go over that. So stay tuned with that. All right. So now if you click on your drop-down menu, you're going to see all the pages that you created. They look great. All right. So let's go ahead back to Assets. Now we need to import our scenes. So to do this, do our menu again. Now we're going to focus right here to these 3 guys. Add steps, add generator, add pixels. So let's go ahead and add our step scenes for our home position. So as you can see, it brings up our scenes. Here's our scenes that we created. And let's look for our mover home position. All right, here it is. And let's go ahead and press open. Now you can see our scene open. I just activated. I heard the movers move around. So we're good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and add more scenes. We need to add our haze machine scene and our blinder. So blinder on and strobes. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, those are in. All right, next, our blank movements. There you go. And let's do our blank movement scenes. And we made those in the generator, if you remember. So let's go ahead and bring those over here. And we can see our blanks. So we're going to do the 3Zs and the hexes. So I'm going to use the shift key, bring them all down, and we're good to go. Open, boosh. Now we have all of our movement scenes. Perfect. All right, let's do our blank static positions. We made those in steps. Let's do that. Here's all of our blank static positions. So I'm going to do a select and import, and they're here. Perfect. All right, next is our Color Band Pix mini scenes. These are our bars in the back of our rig. So let's go ahead and click on those. And we made a few scenes in steps. So we have our Pix Blue Low and our Heartbeat. Let's go ahead and add those. As you can see, activated those. Now let's go over to pixels. That's where we created a lot of our other scenes for those. Here's our pixel scenes. Nice. Okay, cool. And let's do our effects. Let's bring in our effects. And our first one's in steps. So we can do our effects right here. And good. All 4 of those. Perfect. We made some effects in the generator. So we'll go to the generator. See our effects right here. I have 4 of them. Add those. And we made some effects in our pixels. And we have them right here. All right, we got all of our effects right there. And let's go to mover colors. These are all our color scenes that we created with our moving heads. So let's add steps. So we're going to do our 3Z amber, purple, red, white, and yellow. Let's go ahead and do those first. As you can see our colors. And let's go ahead and add our hexes. As you can see, it's very helpful to name everything correctly because it's super easy to keep everything organized. So definitely it's nice to keep everything organized. So let's just say that. Okay, so we got our mover colors, and let's do our generator scenes. We made some colors in that. So we have our 3Z here, and looks like we have one right here. Perfect. We got our prism look, our red amber fade, and our blue chase. Beautiful. All right. Next is our par 38s. We made those in steps. Par all on and par low. Nice. And we made our scenes with our pixels too with our pars. Par chase and par fade. Let's open those. Par chase. Nice. And it should be our par fade. Yeah. Sweet. Par. And then we're going to do spotlight position. So we have not brought in our spotlight positions yet. I will be going over this soon because we're going to be dealing with steps and palettes. So we have to get to this point and then we'll go back and work with palettes. So definitely stay tuned for that. So we're not going to do that one yet. And stage wash colors. Add steps. Here's our stage wash colors. Let's go ahead and open. And we did our colors in our generator as well. Nice. All right, then it looked like I missed one, so we're going to go back to our effects. And I'm going to bring in our strobes right here for our mover. So we're going to press on that, and then we'll do that. So that is an effect for strobes. Okay, so that is how to import your scenes inside ShowXpress to get started. All right, I'll see you on the next video.